Hello, folks. This is Doggone John coming back from the dead. No, coming back from vacation, more like. So, took some time off. My wife and I went down to Hawaii for a week, and we got to enjoy ourselves and kind of just relax a little bit and do some exploring at the same time. Good trip overall, but always exhausting coming back. You know how it goes. So anyway, I'm resuming my challenge that I had given everybody, and I wanted to show off a knife that I'll be using for this challenge. First things first, though, I want to thank everybody for accepting the challenge, showing off their knives and what they were doing, and just kind of like having fun with it. It seemed like everybody really enjoyed it, and I'm really happy to see that. It makes me enjoy, want to do more of those in the future, probably. So anyway, let's get to it, y'all. So we got ourselves a Northfield without the XL'd. It's unXL'd. And she is 1095 carbon steel, like most of Great Eastern Cutlery. Um, Now this is an older older pattern. Um, and particularly this one is very unique, very hard to get. I feel like it was a high dollar deal, but I had sold off some of my modern folders to get it. So here we are. Anyway, without further ado, let's take a look at the cap. So she's a 78 Sambar Stag. 78 patterns is like a sleeve board, I believe it's called. So it's fat on the end and runs thinner up towards the blade. Um, and then she's got a spear point, which is coded as two. It's two blades, has a pen blade also, and then it's made in 2017. Excuse me. So let's take a look at this thing. I have seen it myself, but for dramatic effect, I put it back in the tube just for you guys. So there's that famous wax paper. And I don't know how many owners of this there have been, but I'm at least the second. I got this from a feller off of the Facebook Marketplace group, I should say. He posted one while ago, and somebody was looking for a 78 Stag, and so was I. So I messaged the dude and worked something out with him. Turned out really great. Now, one thing you'll notice, the Stag is beautiful. Now, another thing you'll notice is it's equal. A lot of these Stag knives, pocket knives, are sometimes lopsided. One side's too fat, one's really thin, vice versa. This is dang near perfect. I mean, they did a great job with the proportions on this one. And I think the coloring is just very, very beautiful. I mean, that beautiful dark Stag in the middle there is just awesome. Doesn't feel rough in the hand or anything like that. It feels great. It's got good handling. She got the brass pins, silver nickel bolsters, brass liners. It's got a little bit of fluting because she's a Northfield, so they gave a little bit of an upgraded trim on this one. So let's take a look at the blades real quick. So you got yourself a spear point with the cut swedge on top. Now this is very reminiscent of the 35 cattle knife as well. Um, in the same way that the swedge is in the same spot, the long pull is almost identical. Um, and basically, that's a big reason why I fell in love with the 78 patterns because I love that spear point. It's very very classy looking. Um, she's got like a polish finish to it, as you can see, both sides. And I really like how they did the stamping on this one. I don't think that they buried it too far in the pivot. Sometimes they do that where it's kind of hard to see. Um, but you can tell there. Northfield on XL, made in USA. Great Eastern Cutlery, Titusville, PA. So there's your spear point with the Northfield etch. Very very classy. I love it. I think Northfield's probably my favorite line from Great Eastern Cutlery as far as the trims. Titty are very nice in some cases, but I think that the Northfields all around are always consistently just knocks it out of the park. I love it. Um, so let's check out the other blade real quick. So she's got a pen blade, and it's pretty pointy for a. I feel like maybe it's not, but I feel like it's a little extra pointed on this particular one for the pen blade, which is kind of nice. I like it. I usually you know how I feel about pen blades if you've been watching my channel at all. I really don't like them most of the time, but I can live with this, I think. There may come a time where I remove it, but we'll see. Um, so there's your stamp on there, 78, 22, 17. I mean, this thing just is an unreal blade. I love it. Love it to death. This is a grail knife for me. And I'm really, really pleased to finally get my hands on one. Um, I think overall the design is really well done. The pattern itself, that sleeve board, this is what I was talking about. So you can see it's fatter here, and it thins out as it goes on up towards the blade. And I love it. I think it matches with the spear point really well, of course, too. Um, it's very reminiscent of my 35 cattle knife, and that's probably a reason why I just love this thing to death. Um, there may come a time where I take the pen blade off, like I said, and kind of see how that goes. But I'm going to use it for a little while before I do that and see if it's really something I want to get rid of. Because look at this right now and tell me that's not a difficulty to get open. You know, you can't pinch down here really. I mean, you kind of, but it's slick because that swedge is there. So you have to use the long pull. So that's one thing I'm not crazy about. I love the long pull on there, and I think this would be a fantastic knife without the pen blade because it's just so difficult to get to. You know, so you could probably like do it like this. I don't know if you can pinch it. You could tell if you could pinch it then. It's got a kind of a decent pull to it, honestly. I would call it like maybe. Let's try it again with the nail nick. Yeah, it's a decently strong pull. I'm gonna call it like a 6 probably. It's nothing overzealous, nothing crazy, but definitely harder than a lot, which is cool. You know, I don't want it to be a nail breaker necessarily, but I also don't want it to be a super weak pull, and this is definitely not that. Great walk and talk, definitely on the close especially. Um, yeah, overall, man, I am just tickled. I'm very tickled with this thing. It's probably one of the best laid out patterns that they've done. I feel like honestly, and I hope that they make some more soon. It would be great to actually see this with American elk stag instead of the Sambar, but you know, nothing super, nothing super to dislike about this anyway. The Sandbar is beautiful just as much. Like I said, GC, they've been using the Sandbar for quite a while now. They used to use a lot more American patterns, or American materials, I should say. Excuse me. I'm about to take a sip so I don't sound so dumb on here. All right. That wets the whistle a little bit. So, yeah. So, anyway, though, I was just actually doing some reading the other day about Great Eastern Cutlery's older designs and drops that they've done. And so they used to use pretty much a lot of stainless steel. They used 440C stainless steel quite a bit in their older patterns. Um, it was basically in their description, in their line, when they would make a knife that had to be a thing for it. It was stainless steel. They used American hardwoods. Um, and they used American elk, things like that. And so, kind of what they were going for was just redoing a lot of the classic patterns from Case and from different makers over the years, Shat and Morgan and stuff like that. I'm sure. Um, but anyway, they've strayed away from that a little bit, and they've gone and made some really unique patterns also. Doing that, which is fine, that's how you get innovation and how you try different things, and it's still the same quality as anything else. But I would also would also like to see them kind of go back a little ways and show off, you know, a traditional design that they've done, with the maybe with the stainless. I'm a big fan of the Teeners, don't get me wrong, but they could do some with the 440 and the 1095 also. It doesn't have to be exclusive, and they do make some with 440. The stainless patterns usually have an acorn shield. That's how you can tell. And so if you see one of those in the GEC lineups, that's a stainless blade. It should look like that. But this baby's 1095, so she'll teen her up. And this knife isn't going anywhere. This is my knife forever. The only thing I will ever do to this, like I said, is maybe remove the pen blade. But this was a very difficult knife for me to find, and it's really amazing just to have it in the collection. I'm just real happy with it. So Anyway, I just wanted to do a little bit of a walk around on this beauty, show you off what I'm using for the week. So I'm restarting my challenge because it kind of got cut short when I had to go for my flight, and I wanted to redo it and give it justice. So I will be posting shorts, posting different things. I need to make a slip for this knife. I haven't done that yet, and the slips that I have don't really suit it quite as much. So yeah, I'm gonna make one up for this. I do have to catch up on a lot of leather work also though, so it might be a little bit. But anyway, work is starting up here where I'm at as well, so I will be a little bit more busy. I have to find a new place to shoot my videos, and I need to find a place to do my leather work. So it might get a little bit hectic. You might have some more gaps for me just for a little bit until I figure out what's going on. But I'll do my best to kind of get on top of it and try to find something that works. So anyway, if you like this video, please like it down below. If you enjoy the content and you want to see more of it, please subscribe. That only helps the channel grow and help me, continue doing this and get my videos and content out there a little bit further. So that'd be greatly appreciated. Um, Comment down below. Let me know what you thought about this '78 Sambar Stag from GEC. It's a one of a kind knife for sure, and I look forward to using it all week and seeing how it does for me pretty much. So anyway, this is Dog on y'all. I hope y'all are having a great week so far, and or weekend, I guess it is. And we will see you soon. All right, peace out.